But y'all like me with the glasses on, off, doing too much. I think I'm doing a little too much. Like, what is up? It's Heaven, Darlene.
I think I got a story time. Y'all ready for a story time? I can't hear y'all. I'm waiting. Hit that subscribe button. Comment below. I don't care if I haven't said nothing in the video. Comment below. Like the video. Subscribe again. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's get into it. So, I guess a little backstory, whatever. I've been like really close with these two individuals since I was little, for a long time, for some years. And then our group kind of split up or whatever as we got older into other schools. And I just started feeling like left out. I think even when we were a whole group, like everything was just kind of everywhere. And sometimes I was just done with the situation because like I wouldn't be there and they would be together. And like, I don't know if y'all believe in like the stuff with like the uneven group numbers. I think that's what I'm saying. Like, it never really works out, okay?
Anyways, so we got older, split up. Sometimes one was close with the other, then the other two was really close for a long time, and I was just kind of like out of there. Like, I had my own, I just had my own people type stuff, like, but I was always like, oh, these are my like peoples, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say what I usually call them because I don't really want to give out anything, but like I was like, these are my people, like, even though we're like not that close, but I remained close with one of them, who really knew who I truly was, like how nice of a person I am. I had these two friends, it was a close group, whatever. It was me, Truey, and Stabber. And I was closer with Stabber than Truey, like most of the time, but I was always still like cool with Truey. Like I felt like we would get close, and then we just bumped heads a lot, so but that was always my dog, you know what I'm saying? We finally got a thing where we're like, we're gonna get away this summer for a week and whatever, like we're mommies, and we've been busy doing a lot of stuff. We've been going through a lot of stuff, depression, all type of stuff, and we need to get away. So Stabber was like, oh yeah, there's like a place, basically like, her family had whatever, I'm not gonna say who, but her family had it, and we were down, like we were like, everybody was gonna get drinks, but things were also everywhere. Like I'm the type of person, when it comes to planning stuff, I'm really on it, but I try not to be too strong, but I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna do this, that, whatever. And it's crazy because when it came to that group, like around certain people, I can be like the sender, like I don't know, I have a big personality, I guess, but then certain people can also like dim my light in a certain way. So like with them, like I would say stuff, but I would kind of just be like chill because they can overpower you like easily or whatever, or overpower me, I guess. So anyways, I would like check in and stuff like that. And we were really planning stuff. And then, let me think. I didn't mind, like, I don't mind helping or anything like that. Me and Truey, I believe, like, we were trying to make things were good. But also, I knew, like, Truey and Stabber, Truey and Stabber would conversate too more. Like, we all had our different conversations. And it's crazy because I just had a feeling too, like, and I wasn't trying to have this feeling, like they were not talking behind my back like that, but they've always been more closer, and they've gone through like a lot more stuff throughout the year together. And so they're gonna have these conversations. And so basically while we're like planning stuff, I was already like, okay, they probably already like are doing this, whatever, but let me like pitch in. And so I was making sure, seeing like where I should pitch in, and you guys let me know if I need to pitch in on this or that. Like I don't have no problem, but if you don't say it, like how am I supposed to know? And I'm not gonna F anybody over, nothing like that. Just let me know what you need so I can meet you there. You know what I'm saying?
I ended up taking this trip, mind you. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. We going out in like, I actually thought it was supposed to be a cabin, but it was like an RV thing, which was still cool, but it was out in the woods. It was like 3 hours away, a couple hours away. And with there was a whole bunch of white people there. I ain't got no problem with it, but just like letting y'all know this area, it's in the woods. But it was cool. Like, it wasn't too bad. Didn't look scared. But at nighttime, you don't want to be out there by yourself. You know, I ain't trying to be out there by myself. But there's like a bar there and all types of stuff. So it was cool. So that morning, I'm up early. I think my kids were going to get picked up later on or something like that. But my husband was staying here with them. And anyways, I'm sitting here. I'm tired already because I went to sleep late, I believe. And I'm up, and then I start getting antsy. Like, when I'm waiting and I just don't know what's going on, I'm not in control of the situation, I start being like getting anxious, my anxiety's kicking in, antsy, like frustrated. Like, I just didn't even want to go at the point, and everything seemed weird because then it was like, oh, I'm gonna go pick up, Stabber is the one driving to the place, and so Stabber's like, oh, I'm gonna go pick up Truey first and then come grab you. And I'm just like, okay, cool, whatever. So I didn't know they were stopping anywhere. And mind you, I already told y'all, we already were talking about what we were going to get and everything, what I was going to get. And then we also talked about that I was going to get the rest of the stuff out at the store out there. And we agreed on that. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, let's go back. So I'm waiting. It was a long time. And I was finally almost like my kids were up at this point. I'm just like, bro, like, come on, I want to go. Like, are you coming? Because I'm not going no more. I'm about to change my mind. So they ended up coming, staying outside, and was like, oh, they had to grab this and that, and it took them a minute to get Chewy stuff out. And I'm just like, okay, cool. And I just go outside. Usually I would be like nice and stuff, but it was morning. I had been sitting, and I'm just like, I didn't look mean, but I was quiet. And everybody knows when I'm quiet. I guess I'm usually mad. I can never be quiet because I'm a talker. So anyways, I go outside, and I have my bag, my blanket, I think pillow, I don't remember. Go out there, and Stabber's like, hey, like they're both like, hey. And I'm like, what's up? And I'm like, bro, I'm finna beat y'all. And so I think Stabber took it seriously because Stabber was like, why? Like, are you okay? Or something. It was something like that around those lines. Like, why? And I'm just like, because y'all took a long time. And then Stabber was like, oh, I'm sorry. And so let me just, mind you, I'm going to tell you their personalities. So Stabber's personality is she'll go off, but she's also nice and like a pushover in a way, and also like a pushover to Truey in a way. Truey has a big personality and is like top dog personality, if you know what like a top dog is type stuff.
Stabber and Chewy's like talking in the front, and just a lot of things that they're talking about. I don't try to be like a crybaby or nothing. Like, I wasn't crying, but a lot of stuff they were talking about, like, they've got to spend a lot of time with each other and connect with certain things. Not saying I haven't, but a lot of our late teen, early grown-up year or adult years, they connect a lot on certain stuff and traumatic things and all that. So, and just certain stuff they like and all that. So anyways, we had like a little difference there. So they were talking about a lot of stuff, and then Chewy would look back like, oh yeah, like, what do you think? And I could see them trying, not saying they're trying to leave me out on purpose, but it's just like I'm like, this stuff is just not gluing. So I'm just like, I'll just stay quiet or whatever. I think we ended up like smoking a little bit of Chewy stuff, and we just kept driving. I just was minding my business at that point. I was just like, I'm quiet. I think me and Chewy fell asleep, all that type of stuff. And then we finally got up there. Like, I'm just gonna, or no. Let's go through the story so y'all can know. I really am trying to speed this up. So anyways, we're on the road. Let me fast forward till we get to, or this is before we get to a store, because I think we got drinks first. And then it was weird because we had talked about this. Mind you, I already said that I was going to get stuff from the store there because everybody agreed on it. And I thought we all were doing that, but they already had got stuff from the store, which I didn't know. Nobody said, otherwise I would have. So anyways, there was kind of a thing where it was like, I had to keep saying a couple times, like, I'm going to get stuff from the store. Like, Are we stopping by a store? And Star was like, yeah, let me try to find one, basically, something like that. And so then we end up going to one, and something happened. I think it was this day where I tried to use my card, and I think because it was either a certain amount of money or that I used, or just me being at a different place that I'd never been before, in a different area, all that, and my stuff declined when I knew I had money. And I remember that Stabber was right behind me, but I wasn't noticing. Like, it's crazy how you think like people aren't really watching you, but they are, or keeping stuff like in the back of their head, like just in case, like. And so anyways, I used my card, and it said decline. So I do hair. I was doing hair the whole summer. I grabbed some cash out of my purse, or it was my pocket. No, I think it was my purse. I grabbed cash. There you go. Like, you always want to bring, if you going out somewhere to another area or another place, bring your card and cash, okay? It was my cash. It was my card. So anyways, end up paying for it, and we got the drinks. We're basically set. I think we agreed, like, if we need anything else, we'll go back and get some. So we were there for a whole weekend, and so staying there like 2 nights, I believe. So that first day we got there, I think close to later, but it was pretty cool. I still just had my little moments where it was like, like trying not to be sad, but it was just like, wow, like this is really like different. I kept feeling like uncomfortable, and I just kept feeling these energies. Like, it was just crazy, and I was just like, I got to a point where I'm like, I want to leave. I do not want to stay here, but I want to have fun. Like, I was trying to have fun, you know? So I was trying to put those red flags in the back of my head, because I'm like, this always happens anyway, so I'm going to stay here. I'm good. So that kept happening. We ended up getting drunk, whatever, and it was cool that first night. I wasn't able to sleep, though, because we had, I think there was something big that happened. Like, I'm a heavyweight, so I don't get drunk that fast. So I still am aware of what's going on, what's being said most of the time. And it takes a lot to get me drunk now. So anyways, them two, Truey and Stabber, was like drunk out of their mind. They like, after a couple shots, they like, so it was good times at certain moments. Anyways, a thing happens where it ended up going towards me, where Truey was saying like that, I don't know if Truey was going off on Stabber because of something. It was a whole situation I'm not going to talk about, because that's not my business to talk about. But there was something going on, and I was just kind of sitting there like, I'm sort of like the listener. I'm not going to tell you what to do, because I just learned that people are going to do what they want to do at the end of the day. You can't control what they're going to do. None of that. All you could do is listen, give your advice, and don't expect them to take your advice. So that was how Truey was like, you need to do this. You need to do this. Exactly what I'm telling you. Interruption. Anyways, so there was a point where like, yeah, Truey was kind of like, you need to do this. You need to do this. And Truey and Stabber almost got in like a whole thing. But I think I did somewhere I put my arm in or whatever, and I ended up getting hit type stuff. So I'm like, whoa. And then me and Truey end up getting into it too. But I was chill. I'm like, I ain't trying to fight, none of that type of stuff. Like, I'm not scared to, but like, you just touched me. Like, what the heck? I didn't do that much to you. And we got into something where she was trying to tell me about myself. And mind you, I already said this is how her personality is. This is how Stabber's personality is. Like, it was just crazy. So I couldn't sleep that night. And I was just like, I'm very uncomfortable. I want to go. They're the type of people, they're going to do stuff and then just let it go right away. And me, I'm literally like, I try to, but I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I don't do this stuff. Like, So Anyways,
how you look high?
I'm not.
Anyways, I couldn't sleep that night. So then, I got up the next morning, and it's so crazy. Like, people really will be like, oh, I forgot what happened. And, like, they got, like, they do this stuff. So, and me, I'm really not used to that stuff. I don't do all the drama. Then wake up like, no. It's not no pocket full of sunshine type stuff. No. So, let me get this going because it's kind of getting a little long. Anyways, I wake up, and I'm not really mad or nothing, but I'm just like, bro, like, I didn't sleep good. I could not sleep at all. Like, we're in a place, there's all type of people around us, everybody, there's no, like, somebody could hit the door, like, come in easily and come get us type stuff. Like, I couldn't sleep. So, anyways, the next day rolls in. I think we were planning up, we had a few things planned to go out there and have some fun, probably go to the bar, and go to the store, get some more stuff, like snacks or something like that, and something to eat. And so, anyways, that day, I was just kind of chilling. And then we had our fun little moments. And we were like, oh, later on, we're going to drink whatever. And probably go in the water. And I didn't think I was going to. But, yeah, we were like, we're probably going to go in the water. Then we're probably going to go to the bar. And blah, blah, blah. So, then, yeah. We did all the things we planned. I'm just going to skip over it. Because it was just some stuff where it was crazy. We planned, as we get to the end, because we're getting to the end, y'all gonna be like, wow. But anyways, we planned some stuff, and as we got out here, when we got out here, Stabber started being a person, like, who was like, how do I say it? I think just because it was her family's place, like, of course you're gonna be like, okay, it needs to be like this, that, whatever. And I didn't mind doing stuff, but then if you already start doing it, I'm just like, okay, like, you know. But I try to help here and there and do what I could. So, but I didn't do nothing. I wasn't being lazy, no type of stuff. Like, if you need help, I can literally help you if you need help. And so then something happened with the golf cart we was riding at, or whatever kind of cart it was. It broke down. There was some arguments there. Like, there was an argument everywhere, whether it was between me and Truey or Truey and Stabber. Like, there was literally always something, but then we did have our fun time. So anyways, let me keep going. I felt left out at certain times again. There was, like, we had went out to eat that day, and they were, like, whispering something to each other, and there was just certain things True was saying where it was like, oh, I know her, I know what she likes, or just certain stuff where I'm like, okay, like, we're all friends here, and why does it have to be like oh, I know what she likes, or I know this, or I know, like, it's no competition about nobody. I just think that's kind of, like, but anyways, that stuff was going on, and I would just be like, I don't want to hear it, and they would be like, oh, we're going to tell you, oh, let's wait till we get out the food place, whatever. And then they finally told me, and I'm like, I said I didn't want to hear it. Like, I literally didn't want to hear it. Y'all did not have to tell me. And it's like, I guess to them, it's like as if I was coming off, like, doing too much or jealous, whatever, probably, but I really wasn't. It was just like, this is what I see, and everything's supposed to be kind of equal. Like, you don't need to do all the extra stuff. So, like, I know I've been out of this stuff, but, like, yeah. Anyways, I ended up going, no. We ended up, let me forward it to close to the end of that night. So we planned on, we did a couple challenges. I think, like, a drunk contest and all that. And then we ended up going out to the water. Like, it was pure, it was fun. Like, at that point, I'm like, okay, like, this is fun. Like, some points were, like, blurry because we had drunk, like, so much. But I go back down, like I said, I'm a heavyweight drinker, so it's, at some points I didn't know what was going on. At a lot of points I was like, I'm aware, I know what's going on, things fell off, like, I ended up messing up my whole foot and all that, trying to grab our stuff, because everybody left their stuff. We ended up going to the bar, and it got real late, and, like, I remember at one point when we were in the water, there was a girl who came out there, and I could tell people were looking at us like, what the heck is going on? But I was pretty chill. And then there was a girl, we ended up talking to her, who came out there to sit out there for a little bit. And then we ended up going to the bar. And I remember, yeah, we put on our stuff, whatever, and went to the bar and then got some more drinks. I remember me and Truey had paid. We were like, because me and Truey were telling Stabber, like, we got this. Like, you keep trying to pay stuff. That's what we were doing. Or I would do too. Like, I don't want you paying for all of my stuff. You already got us to this place out here. And you got certain stuff so we can pay for stuff. Like, I pay for food. We all pay for something. So we were like, we're going to pay for this drink. It was like a big picture of, I forgot what it was called, but it was bomb, y'all. Anyways, went there, was drinking again. And I could tell, like, Stabber was gone. Like, she was gone. And everybody was just talking to, like, I was chilling, but they were just talking to people, whatever. And then we end up leaving. We're like, or I think it was, it was closing. So it's like, okay, it's time to go. It's like pitch black. You can't see nothing unless you got a flashlight. And so we're walking back, and Stabber, we end up losing her. I thought she was behind us because she was talking to a couple guys there too. And, well, like a couple of people there or whatever. Like, she already knew some people, I guess, because her family, that's her family's place. So we're thinking she's behind us. And so I get to a point where I'm calling, and I'm like, Stabber, like, just calling, like, Stabber, where you at, Stabber, like, and then mixed with tipsy, like, you're like, oh my gosh, and you're high, you're like, you're tripping, so I'm freaking out. And then I'm like, you don't want nobody to come get you. Like, people are crazy. And there was an old man in the bar too, talking about I'm coming over, or something like that, coming over to the party or something. I'm like, there ain't no party. Like, what party? You're not coming over, or something along those lines. But we were telling him, like, no, you old man, like, no, you're not coming. So we end up, let me skip back over. We get into the RV or whatever, and we get in there, and we hurry up and shut the door because ain't nobody finna try to get in, because old man was already saying something, and we don't know where, I'm gonna say her name, we didn't know where Stabber was, and it was just like, what's going on? Like, bro, I didn't want anybody coming in, but we stood by the door so we could see, like, when she's coming. I'm still calling her, like, Stabber. All of a sudden, we literally see her at the door. I don't know if she knocked or, like, opened up the screen, like, the first part, because there's two parts of the door, like the screen and then the actual door or whatever. And so then she's like, hi guys, and then there was like a dude behind her, somebody behind her. And then I think it was one or two, because also after I had a whole conversation with Trudy, she was also saying, like, there was a couple of people or something, or somebody who came in there or something, I didn't remember. But anyways, the dude was coming in. I'm gonna call him Black Horse. So Black Horse was coming in the door like, hey, what's up? Like, I came here for the party. And we're like, what party? I'm like, there's not no party. Like, get out. You're not coming in here. Like, we lock the door. You're not coming in here, dude. So Black Horse ended up disappearing. Something happened. That was kind of blurry. I was literally, like, in that mode of, like, I don't know if it's, like, survival mode. That's how it felt. Like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Like, this is crazy. And so I'm like, Stabber, get in here. Or it was something like that. Like, I would make sure Stabber was good, but she was just staying outside and smoking a cigarette or something. And so I think that Trudy went out there at some point. But at that point, I was just kind of like, I think I went in the room, or I went in the bathroom, and then I was on the phone and stuff. And things just was crazy from there. Like, I just knew something was wrong. This was too much for me. Even if it didn't feel like it for them, I was like, I feel very off. I feel like I should not be here. Like, I don't even want to be here with these people anymore. Like, this is too much for me, for my mental and stuff. So I really wanted to go, but I'm like, most likely I'm gonna have to stay here because I'm like a couple of hours from my home. So yeah, I'm on the phone with my husband and stuff. He ends up, which is so funny, ends up coming to get me. But I was like crying at first because I'm like, oh my god, like, I need to go. He's like, what? He's on the game because I'm like, what are you doing? And then it was like, like crying. And so he ends up coming, or ends up saying, like, I'm coming, I'm about to come out there. And it's crazy because there's not really good service when you get into like where we're at. So I was thinking about that too, like, it's gonna cut off because we're on the phone. I'm gonna just say this, once he started heading there, like, we were on the phone most of the time, and it did started breaking up at some point, but he literally got up and came and got me. Like, that's so crazy. And then ended up, even though it started breaking up, knew his way, got in there and got out. Like,
shout out to you. Anyways, yeah, while that was happening, it got to a point like literally Trudy ended up falling asleep at some point, and I was just, because I think there was one point that Stabber came back in and we were talking in the bathroom for a minute, like all three of us, and we were really having fun. And then I had a moment with Truey, but she doesn't remember. But we had a whole moment and we're crying a little bit and just talking about like what I've been through and like what she's been through, like. And I was like, wow. And I'm, like I said, a heavyweight, so I knew a lot of what I was saying, what was going on. And True, the next day, she didn't really remember too much. But yeah, and then, yeah, it got to a point where when I was in the bathroom on the phone, that Stabber started going around the RV, like kicking it, and was mad. It was just like, I think she was making pizzas or something, but everything, there was too much going on, and she was mad and calling us lazy and we're using her and all type of stuff. There was also a situation going on that night too where somebody was mad at her, and so she was mad at, like, it was just too much going on. And so then she came in and was like slamming the pots, whatever, the pan or something, was mad. And I was just confused because I was just in the room, and I was about to go out there after, because she was saying stuff and all that, and I was gonna go fight or something, do something. But my husband was telling me like, no, you need to stay in the room, like, don't go out there. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just nervous. I got my stuff packed because I'm like, I'm ready to go. It wasn't no type of stuff like, oh, I'm just gonna leave them, like leave them to all the stuff they gotta clean up. Like, literally, it was like, I don't need to stay here. This is too much for me. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I'm very uncomfortable, and I'm already about to get picked up. Like, I can't stay here and fall asleep here. So it wasn't none of that stuff. Like, I was trying to purposely just leave, but it was for my sanity, for my mental, like, I need to go. So I ended up telling, by the time I went out the door, it was like, it was some hours later, and Stabber was asleep at that point in the other room, and True was on the couch or something like that. And I ended up saying bye to, or no, I was going towards the door, and True's like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm leaving. And I was like, so I'm gonna see you, I'm gonna talk to you later. And so True was like, okay, bye. And so then I left. Long drive home. I was tired, y'all. My feet were messed up from climbing on the rocks, trying to get everybody's stuff when I got out the water. Like, it was just horrible because I couldn't get on the ladder. So I had to climb the rocks, and yeah, my feet was messed up for a minute and hurting and all that. So anyways, that happened. And I was kind of just like, I'm over this situation. I think I'm just done. They can just be cool, friend. I didn't know that there was conspiring, all this stuff going on, until later that day, I believe. No, 2 days later, I don't think I posted on anything, and I get a message from Stabber saying, like, it was weird. I can't even remember, but it was a Snapchat thing, and it was kind of a way where it was like just accusing me of taking money, and I'm just like, me having, like, I'm like, y'all were the one talking about stealing and all that stuff and how y'all used to steal, and me, I was like, I was telling y'all in those conversations, like, no. And I wouldn't, and it was like, there was this, just to sum it up, like, conspiring, like, it wasn't really between both of them, but like at that point, like, Chewy wasn't talking to me because it was like I was gone. Once I knew her side, I was gone, and she didn't know what to think. She didn't know why I had left. I'm not saying nothing to them, and so all she can really listen to is this one side thing from Stabber. And it's crazy still to this day that Stabber would think I would ever do this. But anyways, Stabber sent me some stuff, like, accusing me of taking, or have, like, didn't even ask me, have I seen it or whatever. But it was in a way like I took her money type stuff. And I'm just like, whoa. So I didn't say nothing because I'm like, I'm not about to be in this thing. And I think I ended up replying, though, and I said no. Or maybe I didn't reply at all because I'm just like, you're trying to put me in some stuff. I can't really remember the details. But I was like, you're trying to put me in some stuff. Like, I would never. I know I left, but it was for my mental. You didn't even ask me, like, how my mental, like, why I left, like, really caring about that. You're caring about money. Like, I really wanted to take it. So, anyways, then it got to a point where it was like, oh, like a message talking about because this is missing and that, like this much or that much. It was like she didn't even really know the amount, and I'm just like, you're accusing somebody of an amount you don't even know about, and you should know the type of person I am. I think we got to a moment where it was like, you know the type of person I am, and I was saying that type of stuff. So anyways, Trudy ended up wanting to call me, and I'm just like, I don't even want to talk to her or whatever. It came to a point where also, I don't know if it was Trudy or Stabber, but asked me for the pictures. So I sent, I had to delete stuff off of my phone, and I forgot that it stays in a deleted thing, but I deleted some stuff, so I only had a few things. So I didn't have a lot of videos or pictures. I think I had like a few pictures, so I sent the few good pictures we decided on that were good. And obviously pictures that, like, it was the only pictures that was left in there because I deleted a lot of stuff to have space in my phone. So I sent those, and I guess once I talked to Trudy, later that day or whatever, it was the next day, that it was like things being said about me with what was it? I was called out of my name, and then it was just things that had to do with me leaving, my card declining, and I took the cash, and I'm just like, if I wanted to take money, like literally you left your card in the back seat by me, didn't even know where it was, like you were just losing stuff. I could have been took the card right there, but no, I said, oh, Stabber, you left your card right here. I have it. I'll give it to you. I gave her back her card. I could have literally took it. And then also Trudy was saying stuff like she kept, when it was just them two, didn't even know how much was missing or if something was even missing, and then kept coming up with these amounts. And when it was going like this amount, that amount, the other, and a certain person was mad at her, so she was just putting that on me type stuff. And Trudy was like, that's when I knew, like, this is not adding up. Let me talk to heaven, because yeah, this is not it. And when we talked, she's like, wow. And I'm like, there was a lot of stuff going on. This is why I left, told her the whole story, and I kept on with the same story. I didn't need to change up nothing. And I would never look at them away, even if they talked about stealing or something like that. I wouldn't have said, oh, they left, they took my money because my money's missing. It could have been because of me, because, you know. So it was like a whole, I can't remember certain stuff, but it was like a whole thing. Me and Stabber ended up talking, and I sent a long message or something like that, just saying like, how could you accuse me? I'm not this type of person, and that's crazy, and I would never call you out of your name. Why would you call me out of my name? And I would never touch your money, and blase, blase, all that stuff. And she was just kind of like, I think I'm gonna take a break from you and Trudy and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, like, whatever. Like, I was already gonna take a break from y'all anyways, which was true. It wasn't really no combat, but like, I was already gonna take a break from y'all. But after that, yeah, it was kind of done. It was like, wow, this is crazy. And me and Trudy had a couple more conversations, and it kind of ended there. Like, we're cool. Like, we check on each other type stuff, because it wasn't, I know her personality and how she is. And even though we bumped our heads and stuff, she's never really, like, there hasn't been no stuff of her accusing me or doing no type of stuff where I'm like, okay, it's over with. But we're not that close as we were. But as far as Stabber, I was like, you knew me, like, throughout the years. Like, you were close to Trudy, and you were also close with me, and you knew the type of person I am, and I'm a nice person. I don't just, you're the person, you like to give type stuff, and that's not my fault. But I'm not that type of person who's just gonna take somebody's stuff and then leave and then still be in contact with y'all. Like, and then she was trying to say, like, I was sending certain pictures, what I, like just making this whole picture of me, like, I'm just this bad person. Like, of course, I got certain stuff about me, like, you're not gonna play with me, but I'm not no stealer. I don't do none of that crazy stuff, and don't be trying to paint no picture of me. I can paint my own damn picture. This is long. I'm gonna edit all this stuff. But that was a story time. Just talking about, like, I guess one of the worst things that happened to me over the summer, and my longest friendship, or one of my longest friendship groups, just breaking or crashing down, whatever. But anyways, yeah, that's why I literally got a dot. I don't even got no circle of people. Like, I got family by me, friends, like. But yeah, that's my little story. And so hopefully it wasn't too long. Hopefully it wasn't everywhere. Hopefully you were able to follow along, because yeah, this is a long one. And anyways, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Keep this stuff growing, and I'm gonna keep posting. And that's all I can really say. But remember to do that, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.